welcome everyone to a Sacred Symbols reading. I'm your host, Desiree DeMars, and today is April 22nd, 2024. You're going to have to forgive my voice. I've had a couple weeks of, I don't know what, something really wonky going on with my throat, and finally coming around the bend here, but my voice may sound different. So to dive in and make this as short and sweet as possible, I wanted to share a few things that I noted because of the kind of fascinating times that we're having. We just went through this eclipse, and then also just a Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in Taurus. For those of you really following the astrology, I'll just give you some bullet points. It's a jump start with new energy. It's interesting. I heard, and I think it was an astrologer say, it's about the I am power, and that is something that I almost always open my readings with, is an acknowledgement of the metaphor that I use for I am, which is our intention, our attention, and movement, the holo movement that is all that is, and that we are all connected and ever present. That's all there is, right, in this very moment. So it's about power, authority, sovereignty, and this conjunction, just a reminder, lasted only an hour, and this happens every approximately 14 years. But the energy from the eclipse and this conjunction is still moving us forward. And a big part of it is, I'm going to ask you a question. What were you released from? So we were feeling that ignition point of the eclipse. Now we're discovering what lies inside of us. I thought this was a brilliant way of stating it. Things we couldn't fathom before, but all these things were always there because there is no time and everything is now. The outside world is a mere reflection. So that's the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. And I also want to pull into our intention today for the reading the energy of the Scorpio new moon, which again is about power, control, truth, secrets coming to light, a culmination, a sense of completion. Are you living in love? That's my question for Scorpio full moon. Let the old human remember the galactic being it truly is. What is your focus on? I think that's a fantastic question. I know it is for me. Love, compassion, connection across the globe, a revolution of love. Those are just some thoughts about where to place your attention when you are allowing an intention to come forward into your heart today before the reading. And with that said, let's just drop right into the breath. Taking a few long, deep breaths in through the nose, holding for a moment, taking in more oxygen if you can, and then exhaling slowly through the mouth. Allowing that vagus nerve to calm and relax the entire body. Feel your head, neck, and shoulders sinking down toward the spine. Feel the base of your spine sinking further down into the cushion, and imagine that base chakra running all the way down to the center of the earth. And just feeling that resonance, that connection, that alignment now with Pachamama, with Gaia, whatever you call this beautiful energy of birth, revitalization, and life force at the center of the earth, this iron molten core. And as you feel that, as you connect with that, as it comes back up and fills you full of life force and vitality, it now is resonating with your base chakra, the color red. And then so it goes, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, white, spilling out over the top of your head, infinite and eternal. Feel that energy force activating all of your chakras so that all of your chakras are open, fully functioning, front and back, balanced and aligned. And now filled with this incredible rainbow light, your toroidal field expanded out to infinity, eternity. Wow, that opened my sinuses. So just notice, all of this is just simply to give us a deeper sense of awareness in the now moment, whatever that might be. Like for me, my sinuses open. For you, maybe your shoulders dropped. Maybe your scalp relaxed. Maybe your jaw relaxed. Maybe you felt something in your gut. Just be aware. Maybe you felt something in your little toe. Who knows? Just listen, follow the breadcrumbs, right? Just follow the breadcrumbs, because everything basically is a divination. We are looking at these sacred symbols, at these bones, the images that represent our ancestors, but the truth is, it's like anything and everything. They represent multiple things, and they can represent anything outside of us or inside of us. Anything is possible. So in acknowledging that, we are remembering that childlike essence of ourself, right? That pure innocence that sits in awe and wonder over the magnificence of it all, how it flows together, how it synchronizes, how these funny little coinkydinks come into alignment. So with all of that said, bring it back in, and let's imagine now that the chakras are open. We are calling in a sacred space, and you may want to call in a guide, angel, or teacher specifically for that. One of my teachers calls them specialty filter guides, and you may call in that guide. Come and be with me. Bring your shield of power and protection so that what is mine, and what is theirs. What is mine, and what is yours is yours. In full faith, so be it. Aho, that we sit, two sovereign beings, separate and yet deeply connected as the one, different elements or aspects of the one. So, calling in all of the directions, the east, the south, the west, the north, above, below, and the middle. Come and be with us. Come and be with us. All of the directions guide us to the deepest sense of truth, knowing, give us direction, give us understanding, give us the impetus to take a step forward when needed, and also give us the power to know when to drop back and be held, to be guided, to have a moment of introspection, because it's all good. Come and be with us. Come and be with us. All of the elementals, earth, air, fire, water, ether, plasma, neutrinos, gammas, and all those elements yet unknown to man or being named in this moment, come and be with us. Come and be with us. Sit beside us in this circle of gratitude and appreciation for the knowing of these elemental aspects of ourselves, the stars that we are, the starlight that we carry, the star dust that's in our bones. Come and be with us. Come and be with us. Sit beside us in this sacred circle, here and now, today, on this sacred day, to celebrate, to acknowledge our own weaving in of superconsciousness into this beautiful tapestry of life in this now moment. Come and be with us. Come and be with us. All of our guides, angels, teachers, guardians, the seen, the unseen, the magical, the mystical, the two-legged, the four-legged, the many-legged, the winged ones, the finned ones, the creepy crawlers. Come and be with us. Come and be with us. Sit as partners in the sacred circle so that we too may have the wisdom, guidance, and understanding that you share with us today. Come and be with us. Come and be with us. All of our ancestors, those who've gone before us, lived a good life and transcended, and are now here, working on our behalf. Come and be with us, all of those whose names we do not know, but whose blood runs through our veins. Come and be with us. Sit in the sacred circus. It is like a circus some days, and it's a circle. It's also a sacred circle. This sacred circus, filled with wonder, awe, surprises, filled with wisdom and ancient understanding, ancient ways of expressing and knowing the self. Come and be with us. Come and be with us. May all that is gathered today, may all the gifts and beauty, abundance, joy, peace, may all of this that is received here today, this wisdom, may it not only benefit us, but may it benefit all those we come in contact with simply by the state of our being. In full faith, so be it. Aho. So I am going to ask you to join me in blowing 3 times into the basket. Allowing that heartfelt intention, your attention, and this beautiful hollow movement of love and life that you are contributing to the circle and the healing power and energy that it goes forth into the world, sharing. Come and be with us. Three beautiful breaths. Thank you. And now join me on the other side as I shift the camera overhead. Today, a piece went flying off in this direction here. So I'm trying to see it right now. Okay. Can't. But I can't get to it, so it's going to be a mystery. I am really curious. Maybe at the very end I will take a peek and let you know. So notice what you notice. Right away, my eyes went to a couple of 3s and a 5, so I'm feeling like lots of movement. It was interesting the way the pieces fell out today. There was like a few that wanted to just pop right into the center, and then the rest were a little less enthusiastic about coming out of the basket. So just notice what pops for you. This is you, closest to you, and then another piece that's closest to you, if you were sitting across from me, would be this piece here, which is a fork in the road. And you resting on the great ones on your father's side. So the greats and the great-greats and the great-great-greats. And there you are. Also a young adult. And so interesting, 2 young adults, a great one on your father's side, And then also grandmother on your mother's side, your maternal grandmother. And this large bone here is all about transfiguration. So this is really fascinating because, and look at this. I don't know that I've ever seen this configuration before. Lock and key right next to each other. And we have the shaman. So be your own medicine. Listen to whatever shamanic forces are flowing in your life at this time or coming to you. There may be some beautiful nuggets, some beautiful breadcrumbs to follow, and just know that some of it will be very mysterious, kind of hidden. That's what I say this the lock here, especially because on top of it is bear, and bear I usually associate with introspection, this idea of hibernation. I mean, bear has so much power and so much energy and is so loved by so many. It's such an incredible creature, agile, even for its size, but truly a gentle giant. But this idea of, introspection and being able to go within, hibernate, digest. So there's something about maybe what you're finding, I would say, is it might be challenging right now to find time to do that for the self. So that then there are things that you can't quite grasp, things aren't coming together. You are not recognizing some things because, something maybe that are pieces. I'm going to add a little more light there. I think that helped. Because it's like that's even right on top of the key, and this represents a fog. It can be something like a curse, a some kind of negative energy, let's say, or restrictive energy, or some kind of illusion. And then we have buffalo, so very interesting. Two powerful creatures, two powerful power animals. Buffalo, which means everything will be provided for. So I would say, like, don't sweat the small stuff. If you're feeling like, time is restricted, you're not able to spend time taking some of the introspective time that you would like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. The challenge, I would say then, or the opportunity might be then if you can't quote unquote make that happen physically, taking the time. The challenge I would give you or suggest for you would be then to take it in a moment, take it in a breath. Like I say, I've said for 25 years, the power is in the pause. When I taught yoga for many years, that is an awareness that's a way to master that inflow and the outflow, but to be aware of that potency in the middle. So just be aware of creating time that way. It could be a split second, or it could be that moment when you wake up in the morning and you just take that second to lay there and ask yourself if you remember the last dream that you had. That could hold a lot of information and happen in a split second. So, yeah, taking time to, I would say this is all about this heart with the Celtic knot in it, is about the divine union with the self. That's what this time for the self is all about. To acknowledge your own divine and sacred within you, so that in doing that, then you recognize that everywhere you go, there it is, right? There it is. And here's the inquiry. So interesting that most of the key points here are all happening towards you today. The sun, your father, your mother, her feet are up in the air. That's fascinating. Sword of truth, DNA, great ones on your mother's side. Mother, father, your vision. and spiritual journey, clarity of mind. So, clarity of mind. Notice the old patterns that no longer serve. Notice how your frequency is different now than ever before. It is a rebirthing that we're all experiencing, the collective included. And here is Eagle Condor looking right into the eyes of Frog. That is so fascinating. Eagle is perched on the tip of this heart, which is all about soul retrieval. So taking your power back, from the collective. Think of how many times we have either been conditioned, brainwashed, led to believe an untruth, and it's put out there in the collective as if it's quote unquote normal, or that's the way it is, when nothing could be further from the truth. So reclaiming that power of your own truth. Definitely some of this physical aspect is something's going on in the home. This is grandfather on your mother's side. So mother, grandfather, great ones. Your maternal lineage right here. Beautiful. Father, grandfather on your father's side, grandmother on your mother's side. We've got a lot of ancestors kind of right here in the mix of it, right? The star nations are here, dear right next to your work, the work in the world, right? The awe and wonder, take action toward what it is you feel awe and wonder. Your father is resting up against this inquiry that you had today, and the sun, so here, this masculine energy of the sun is really allow it to fire up or activate a vision that you have, right? And mother, what was fascinating is that, okay, abundance, right? This idea of finances, abundance, speaking your truth. Your DNA is changing. Really connect with your community. Your community is where your creativity lies. And here again, third chakra, power, right? Powerful. Fill yourself. You are protected. So feel yourself filling with your own power, your own magnificence, your own star light, the star that you are. Feel that all within yourself. And we know there is so much solar activity. It's just crazy what's going on. Of course, in the greater circle here, again, we have big changes. You know, there's lots of space around it, but Saturn, you may be feeling emotional right now. I think it's just part of the process of releasing, letting go, and they may feel really amplified. It's just let them go, let them flow. You know, it's just part of life. It's a part of this grand cycle of life. I'm going to just stick to what's right around the center point because it's a lot. And then I wanted to see here as a timekeeper, where the other, oh, it's way out here. Yeah, so there's definitely pause. It's time for pause. Can I even get it in there? I can't. It's way out here somewhere. So this idea of time, yeah, it may feel kind of like that kung fu moment where the actor, you know, jumps into the air and then there's like, whoa, this hesitation. And then bam, some kind of action will come forth, but I would say it's the powers in the pause right now. So just really relish this beautiful rebirth that we're having. Stay connected to your community. Acknowledge the solar activity that's going on, how it's changing your DNA, how it's affecting the balance of mind. Take some internal time to really focus on your vision and what that means to you. And know one of the keys is, you know, be your own medicine, be your own shaman. So I would say those are the key points for today. And let's see if there was anything. I'm just going to scan one more time and see if there was anything else that really seems noteworthy. And I think what I'm going to do then is just stop the reading and find that piece that went flying off, share it with you, and then close the circle. The piece that went flying off of the cloth today was this beautiful shell that represents rattle. So I think the message being in that is rattle is all about calling in. What is it that you want to call in? From the furthermost reaches of your intention, of your heart's desire, let's say. I love how this also seems to, like, it's rattle, but it's like a vortex, right? So like become the center of the vortex. Call in what it is that you are wanting. So thank you for joining me. And I love that little message at the end. Rattle. Create the vortex. Call in what it is that you want to visualize, to envision for your life, for this world, for a world filled with peace, love, with the potential that we know to be possible. And thank you for bearing with me through my voice crackling a bit here and there. And I'd like to close the circle. Again, in gratitude and appreciation for all that is and for that beautiful moment, this moment that we've had to share together in reading the bones. Thank you for joining me and have a fantastic 2 weeks. Aho.